So how do you see this axis of resistance evolving? Because US Central Command said that they've been able to cut off, so quote unquote, the supply line between Iran and the rest of its allies, namely the Hezbollah and the Houthis and Hamas.
But Iraq is complicated. The situation there is complicated. The government of Iraq, the people of Iraq have close relations with Iran, but at the same time, as you rightly point out, the Americans have Iraq by the throat. So there is a complicated relationship, but the resistance in Iraq is strong. And we saw during the 39 days of fighting that they were an effective force. My understanding is that this time around they will become even more active, significantly more active than last time around. Syria, as you rightly pointed out, from the very beginning in 2011, the Dirty War, when it began, the objective was to control Syria and to prevent Iran from supporting the resistance in Lebanon, but also the resistance in Palestine, because a lot of Iranian support would go from the Mediterranean to Gaza, and also from Syria to Jordan to the West Bank, of course, underground. And the Americans, through the dirty war and the foolishness of US proxies in the region and NATO, they ultimately succeeded in destroying Syria and bringing about an al-Qaeda government, which is a puppet government of the United States. That has made things much more difficult for the resistance, without a doubt. But we do see that Hezbollah has been performing extraordinarily well in the past few weeks in beating back the Israeli regime in southern Lebanon. The regime, in revenge, it bombs families and apartment blocks and slaughters women and children in their rage because Hezbollah is effectively hitting their military personnel. Yemen, I think if the war begins, you'll see it play a very prominent role. The reason why during the 39 days of fighting, Yemen did not play much of a role is because the resistance wanted to manage the war, and they didn't want to go up the escalation ladder too swiftly. The Iranians also pulled punches during the war because it did not want the war to escalate too far. It wanted to manage the escalation. But the assumption is that if there is another war in the next few days, the next 2-3 days, that it will be very brutal, and that the United States and the Israeli regime will be targeting Iranian critical infrastructure and targeting ordinary Iranians. And in response, I think that Iran and the axis of resistance will move up the escalation ladder very, very quickly.